everyone. This is Marty Brenneman, the longtime Reds broadcasting partner.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Foundation Field, home of the 2016 champions of the Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League. We're glad you joined us for today's matchup between the Licking County Settlers and your Hamilton Joes.
On behalf of Joe's hometown, the great city of Hamilton, Ohio, welcome to Foundation Field, the official home of the Hamilton Joes. We hope you enjoy today's game. Now at this time, please stand and remove your hats as we honor America with our national anthem.
With us tonight singing the national anthem here at Foundation Field is Mr. Rick Giuliano.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rick Giuliano. Ladies and gentlemen, throwing out tonight's ceremonial first pitch to kick off the action here at Foundation Field is Mr. Peter Mency. He's decided that he has arm problems, so we will be skipping the ceremonial first pitch this evening. So now we'll roll through the lineups for tonight's game. First, starting with our visitors, the Licking County Settlers. Leading off and playing second base from Monroe Community College, number 10, Kaz Sobosky. Hitting second, number 28, playing third base from Wabash Valley College, Sam Wilson. Batting third, the designated hitter from Lee University, number 30, Miguel Pimentel. Hitting fourth and playing first base from Cuyahoga Community College, number 32, Garrett Roberts. Hitting fifth and catching from Kennesaw State University, number 34, Cale Baker. Hitting sixth and playing left field from the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh, number 6, Dylan Ott. Hitting seventh and playing right field from Malone College, number 2, Turner Hill. Batting eighth and playing shortstop from Fresno State University, number 1, Eddie Pena. And batting ninth and playing center field from Butler University, number 12, Jacob Margoff. And on the mound for the Settlers from Kennesaw State University, number 19, Luke Torbert. Assistant coaches for the Licking County Settlers, Mr. Robbie Howell, and the head coach, Mr. Michael Sandman. All right, Joe's fans, get on your feet and make some noise. It's time to introduce the starting lineup for your Hamilton Joes. Leading off, the designated hitter from Elmhurst College, number 20, Trey Compton. Hitting second and playing second base from Trevecca Nazarene University, number 29, Chandler Miller. Hitting third and playing right field from Stony Brook University, number 27, Chris Hamilton. Batting fourth and playing first base from Northern Kentucky University, number 9, Griffin Dorshing. Hitting fifth and playing shortstop from Wright State University, number 6, Justin McConnell. Batting sixth and playing center field from St. John's University, number 10, Sean McGeehan. Batting seventh and playing third base from Arizona State University, number 5, Addison Coffey. Batting eighth and catching from Northern Kentucky University, number 19, Colin Holman. And batting ninth and playing left field from Eastern Michigan University, number 2, Jared Kaufman. On the mound for the Joes tonight from Lake Erie College, number 33, Ryan Mittendorf. The coaching staff for the Joes, the Hall of Famer, Butch Davis, Ryan Zeal, Andrew Gunther, Eric Minshaw, and your manager, Adam Grissom.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to go, and we are moments away from first pitch here at Foundation Field in Hamilton, Ohio, for your contest between the Licking County Settlers at 5-14 and the Hamilton Joes, who come in with a record of 8-12 as that first pitch to Kaz Sobozic, taken low and outside for ball number 1. Had to wait a little bit to get those announcements in because we are literally sitting right next to the speaker high atop Foundation Field here. As Sobozic sees that pitch for a strike, evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. It'll be Sobozic, Wilson, Pimentel, Roberts, Baker, Ott, Hill, Pena, and Margroff. The batting order for the Licking County Settlers today is Sobozic fouls the 1-1. No, hits it into left field, and right at the left fielder in Kaufman will make the catch. So Kaz Sobozic sees 3 pitches and flares one into left field for out number 1 as Sam Wilson steps into the plate to face off against starting pitcher Ryan Middendorf. Ryan Middendorf is a 6'6", 200-pound right-handed thrower from Westchester, Ohio, plays his college baseball at Lake Erie College. He's 2-0 on the year, 2.73 ERA in 4 starts, 23 innings, 18 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 20 hits. First pitch into Wilson, taken low for a ball. Defensive alignment behind Middendorf. It'll be Kaufman, McGeehan, Hamilton left to right in the outfield. Dorshing, Miller, McConnell, Coffey around the infield as Wilson takes that one inside for a ball. Homan is behind the plate for the Hamilton Joes today. Joes coming to this one winners of 5 out of their last 6 games. If you remember, I said they had 8 wins on the year as Wilson sees that pitch for a strike. 5 out of those 8 coming in the last 6 games. So this team is very, very hot right now. And Middendorf, one of the best pitchers on their staff. He hasn't thrown any less than 5 innings as Wilson rolls over that pitch to the shortstop. In McConnell picks up and fires to first for out number 2. And very quickly the Settlers are down to 2 outs here at the top of the first inning.
Hitter, Miguel Pimentel.
Miguel Pimentel steps to the dish now. Pimentel did not start the last couple games. He'd been battling an ankle injury, but he's back in the starting lineup today. Last time he did start was on the 28th of June against Grand Lake. He went 3 for 5 in that game with a home run. Pimentel, 347 average on the season, 17 hits, 4 doubles, 2 home runs, 11 RBIs, 11 strikeouts, and 5 walks as he's first pitch swinging, fouls that back into the glove of the catcher Homan. Pimentel did get a pinch hit appearance against the Xenia Scouts at home. He did strike out in that pinch hit appearance. So he hits that pitch high and deep into left field, but it's hooking foul into the neighborhood, almost on somebody's roof. You have houses all in left field, all the way into center field. You have some trees, a couple more houses in right center, and then an elementary school out in right field behind the trees as well. 390 to straightaway center, 330 down the lines here at Hamilton. As that pitch fouled back. No balls and 2 strikes. Foundation Field was the word I was trying to get out. As Pimentel very quickly down the count, no balls and 2 strikes. The offering from Middendorf. That pitch hit hard down the third base line, but foul and into the Hamilton Joe bullpen. There was a lot of rain and lightning on the way down here to Hamilton. Team did make a stop just to kind of delay. We were running a bit early, so we made a little stop just to kind of delay it and let the rain subside a little bit. Still, we're on time for batting practice. There was a lightning delay as Pimentel takes that pitch on the outside for ball number 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Pimentel, the designated hitter. Did take BP at 6. There was a bit of a lightning delay. All the teams were taken off the field. But we're ready to go here as we're in the first inning. Time is called by Pimentel. I was very confused when I came here as we're on the roof of the press box right now. That pitch hit high into center field. The center fielder, McGean, going back a couple feet away from the track and will settle under it as Pimentel flies out to deep center field. So the Settlers go down 1-2-3 as they head to the bottom of the first inning. Luke Torbert will be on the mound for the Settlers when we come back.
All Wealth Federal Credit Union is the Hamilton Joes' trusted financial partner whose core values of family, community, and life are at work right now as the title sponsor for the Hamilton Joes. Visit All Wealth Federal Credit Union at allwealth.com.org or learn more about becoming a member. Championship baseball and championship basing go hand in hand at All Wealth Federal Credit Union.
I'm going to watch these guys play 162 ball games this year, and I'm going to root for them. I'm going to sit right in this chair where we're at. I'm going to root for them every game, and believe me, they can call me a homer all they want to.
Joe's coming to bat here in the bottom of the first inning to face off against starting pitcher Luke Torbert. The batting order of the Joes looks like this. Designated hitter Trey Compton leading off, batting second and playing second Chandler Miller. Chris Hamilton will be batting third and playing right. Griffin Dorshing is at first and cleaning up. Shortstop Justin McConnell batting fifth. Sean McGean, Addison Coffey, Colin Homan, and Jared Kaufman to finish out the lineup as the first pitch from Torbert swung on and missed by the designated hitter in Trey Compton. Defensive alignment behind Torbert, outfield and left to right, Ott, Margroff, and Hill. First to third, Roberts, Sobozic, Pena, and Wilson with Cale Baker catching behind the plate as Trey Compton swings through that pitch very quickly. No balls and 2 strikes for starting pitcher Luke Torbert, the 6'2", 170-pound Kennesaw State University product as that pitch misses outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Torbert will be making his 4th appearance. He's 0-1-9 ERA, 5 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts, 5 walks, and 5 hits. As that pitch misses inside, evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Torbert, in his first appearance against the Monarchs, threw only 1 inning because we had some rain. They had about an hour delay. Didn't want to throw him back out there against the Xenia Scouts. Had a tough second inning as that pitch fouled off to the right side. Count remains 2-2. Had a tough second inning against the Scouts. 8 runs were eventually given up. Torbert not in for all of those. As that pitch misses inside once again. Full count now to Trey Compton. Then against the Locos through 3 strong innings. It was the 4th inning that gave him trouble as he was relieved for in that one. Full count pitch to Compton. Swing and a miss for strike number 3 as Torbert has his first strikeout today on the leadoff hitter Compton. So that'll bring the second baseman Chandler Miller to the dish now. Chandler Miller, right-handed hitter from Panama City Beach, Florida. 5'9", 180, 321 batting average on the season as that pitch swung on and missed. Torbert getting a lot of swing throughs here early on through the first two hitters. Miller, 321 average, 465 on base, 18 hits, 1 double, 9 RBIs, 10 strikeouts, and 11 walks. As he sees that pitch, curveball for a strike. And for the second consecutive hitter, Torbert up 0-2. Struck out Compton to start this inning. The 0-2 pitch fouled off towards the right side, and it'll get foul. And we'll stay at no balls and 2 strikes. Chandler Miller 2 for 5 last game. They defeated the Richmond Jazz. This Hamilton Joes lineup putting up a lot of runs as of late. As that pitch just misses high and outside for ball 1. Hamilton, as I said, 5-1 in the last 6 games, averaging a 10.3 runs per game in those 6 games. The offense has been hot as that pitch swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts for Luke Torbert, and he very quickly has 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Still no score.
Number 27, the right fielder, Chris.
That'll bring the right fielder, Chris Hamilton, to the dish now. Hamilton, a New York native, goes to Stony Brook University on the season. 333 average, 400 on base percentage. He has 26 hits, and that leads the team 4 doubles, 3 triples, and 2 home runs as he grounds that one to the right side. 6'4", 275 from Greendale, Wisconsin. He plays his collegiate baseball at Northern Kentucky University. 289 average, 22 hits, 2 doubles, 1 triple, 7 home runs on the season. One of the leaders in the league in home runs. Also has 21 RBIs. A big, imposing presence, going with no batting gloves. So he waves that lumber over the plate as that pitch. Curveball misses outside for ball number 1, Dorsching. Dorsching in his last game, 3 for 5, 4 runs scored, 2 home runs, and 4 RBIs. Tremendous power for the right-handed hitter. Teammates obviously with Brendan Alice at Northern Kentucky for the Norse. That pitch misses outside. Torbert very carefully working around Dorsching. Throw clouds in straightaway center. Behind me, it's not too bad. Off to my right side, clearing up just a few scattered clouds. That pitch curveball taken for a strike. Good breaking ball by Torbert. We apologize, too, if there's buffering issues with the video. We are on the Wi-Fi here in the press box. It's not the best Wi-Fi, but we're going to try to make it work. 1-2 pitch. That one swung on and missed. Pulled the string on him. Back-to-back pinches, and just like that, Luke Torbert back in the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Chris Hamilton stands on first base. He's had the 0-2 single. Torbert now comes set and delivers 2-2. Runner goes on first. Ball taken as Baker throws it down. Going to get into center field. Hamilton does see it and will get over to third base off the errant throw from Cale Baker. So give Hamilton the stolen base. Advances to third on the throw into center field, and it'll be a full count to Griffin Dorsching. Settlers' pitching staff has been good as of late. There's only 2 and 3 in the last 5 games, but all 3 of those games have been 1-run games. Their pitching has kept them in it, whether it be high scoring or low scoring. Remember that 1-0 game against the Lima Locos. Pitcher John McCauley was just named Week 3 Pitcher of the Week for these Settlers after his 2 impressive outings. Also added 2 hits. He batted against Xenia the other day. So that pitch misses high for ball 4. And the Hamilton Joes now have 2 aboard with 2 outs. As the number 5 hitter, the shortstop, Justin McConnell, will make his way to the plate now. McConnell, a Springboro, Ohio native, plays his baseball at Wright State University, a 288 hitter, 21 hits, 6 doubles, a triple, 18 RBIs, also has 18 strikeouts and 8 walks, does McConnell. So he'll come up with runners at the corners and 2 away. Torbert comes set and delivers first pitch. That one misses low. Torbert retired the first 2 hitters swinging on strikeouts. Hamilton hit a hard 0-2 pitch right back up the middle at him. Griffin Dorsching just walked, and that is where we're at. That pitch misses inside off the glove of Cale Baker as Hamilton will come in to score off the pass ball. As that ball glanced off the glove of Cale Baker. An easy run into home for the runner in Hamilton. Dorsching will move to second base, and the Joes have their first run of the game. As we said, just over 10 runs per game over their last 6. They've been swinging hot bats and have put a lot of runs up on the board. Pitching staff has been excellent as well, only giving up about 4.5 runs per game. That pitch grounded to the right side, but it'll stay foul. Weird spin on it, as it might come back. No, it does not, as Garrett Roberts takes that one up in foul territory. That one was about 3 feet foul. It actually started coming back towards the infield in fair play, but stayed just outside the bag, as Garrett Roberts saw that and was going to take an opportunity to make the easy play. But nonetheless, it'll be a 2-1 count now to McConnell. McConnell 1 for 5 against the Richmond Jazz. Had a double and an RBI in his last game. 2-1 from Torbert. That one in the dirt, blocked by Baker, and Dorsching will stay at second base. 3-1 count. Now the right-handed hitting shortstop. These two teams at the cellar of the Southern Division. Settlers in last place. Hamilton just one above them. They have 2.5 games up on the Settlers. That one misses outside. Back-to-back walks here for Torbert. And the Joes are threatening here with 2 outs after having their first 2 guys strike out. As Cale Baker goes out to talk to his starting pitcher in Torbert. Dorsching on second, McConnell on first will be the center fielder in Sean McGeehan at the plate now. McGeehan, 6'1", 195 from Hamilton, New Jersey, goes to St. John's University. In this Great Lakes Collegiate Summer League, he's hitting .321, 3 doubles and a home run, 11 RBIs, 10 strikeouts, and 6 walks. Does the right-handed hitter. Torbert looking for one more out to get out of this inning. That pitch taken right down the middle, curveball from Torbert. Hamilton does lead 1-0 off the pass ball. Torbert now comes set and delivers the 0-1. That one in the dirt. Baker blocked that one nicely. For the second consecutive game, Settlers playing on a turf field. Unlike Xenia, the outfield grass is going to be actual grass. It's only turf on the infield. The turf mound and the turf batter's box warning tracks are in fact dirt. Is that pitch? Yes, he did, said the home plate umpire. So 1-2 count now to the center fielder in McGeehan. Torbert needs one more out to get out of this inning. The 1-2 pitch. Looked at for a ball. Torbert trying to go back to that curveball, but misses on the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners aboard. Joes lead this one 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Two-two offering from Torbert. That one hit high and into shallow left field. The left fielder Ott coming on, and nobody's going to catch this one as that is a foul ball down the left field line. Ott, Pimentel, and Pena all gave chase. Wilson playing third base. Tough angle down there with this pole, but it was Wilson, Ott, and Pena all giving chase. Long run for all 3 of them. It was hit into shallow left field. And none of the trio able to come up with that one. So we'll do the 2-2 once again. 2-2, 2 outs, 2 runners aboard. Torbert 1 pitch away from getting out of the first inning. He comes set, checks his runners, and fires. That one hit high in the air once again. Baker and Wilson giving chase. This one's not going to stay in play, however, and land on top of the third base dugout. And we'll do the 2-2 once again. That ball rolling down the third base dugout. Might get stuck in the gutter. It does. We have some drainage systems on top of the dugouts. That ball made it in the drains. And just like that, once again, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 runners aboard. Tolbert needing one more. He's already got 2 strikeouts in this inning. 2-2 delivery. Hit him right in the forearm, it looks like, as McGeehan went down hard.
Number 5.
Not
the
moving
third
that left
baseman,
arm
Addison
really at
Humphrey.
all. As that'll load the bases up, and we'll get a mound visit from Coach Michael Sandman. So Tolbert was able to retire the first 2 hitters that he faced. On strikeout swinging, Hamilton singled up the middle. Dorsching walked, McConnell walked, and now McGeehan was hit by the 2-2 pitch. As Tolbert has gotten to 2 strikes on all hitters, except Justin McConnell. He walked him on a 3-1 pitch. Everybody else, he's been 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning and just hasn't been able to find it yet. And that's kind of been his MO this season, as we said. Second inning against Xenia, struggled in that one. Also struggled against Lima. It was that 4th inning that kind of got away from him. Obviously doesn't want that to happen here early on in the bottom of the 1st inning. Joes have scored once already. That pitch grounded to the left side. Wilson fields it, fires to second base for out number 3. And the Settlers avoid further damage as Tolbert induces the 6-3 ground out to the third baseman in Addison Coffey. Settlers will head to the top of the 2nd inning. They trail 1-0. Joe scored 1 run on 1 hit. There was an error and 3 left on base.
Call United Heartland at 513-896-55.
Top of the 2nd here from Foundation Field in Hamilton, Ohio. It'll be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, Roberts, Baker, and Ott. The right-handed hitting Garrett Roberts to lead it off for the Licking County Settlers. Roberts, if you remember, had 2 home runs against the Xenia Scouts. Had the go-ahead home run in the top of the 9th inning. Both solo shots. He hacks at that one and fouls it straight back. Garrett on the season, .347 average. He has 25 hits. 4 doubles, 4 home runs, 20 RBIs, 12 strikeouts, and 8 walks. He sees the 0-1. Swings and misses at that one. Pulled the string was Mittendorf and had Roberts way out in front. As he jumps ahead, no balls and 2 strikes to the Utica, Ohio native in Roberts. Wind up in the delivery. Roberts takes that one low and in the dirt for ball 1. Settlers against the Xenia Scouts. Up 4-0 most of the game. Scouts cut it in half as that pitch fouled back once again. Watch out in the stands. That one barely made it over the screen. And the count will remain at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Scouts cut it in half and then took the lead in the bottom of the 8th inning, 5-4. Settlers were down to their final 2 outs. Back-to-back home runs by Sam Wilson and Garrett Roberts as Roberts fouls that one into the Joe dugout. And count will stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes. The home runs by Sam Wilson and Garrett Roberts gave the Settlers their first 1-run victory of the season. They'd been 0-3. Hadn't fared well in 1-run games. We've seen a lot of late inning collapses. That one swung on and missed. Strike number 3 to Garrett Roberts. First strikeout for the starting pitcher in Mittendorf. And that's the first out of this top of the 2nd inning. Settlers trailing
The
1
beer
to
booth
nothing.
is located
As you hear the
behind
announcement
the
as
first
Roberts
base
will be the
dugout.
beer
Once again,
batter
dollar off beers
of the
for
game.
remainder of the inning.
Apologize if it's kind of loud right here. We are sitting right
Number
next to the
34,
speaker
catcher, Cale
on top of the
Baker.
press box as Cale Baker, the catcher, digs into the right-handed batter's box now. First pitch he sees, he fouls back. Baker, the University Cincinnati Bearcat, 241 average, 13 hits. Also has 4 doubles, 4 RBIs, 4 home runs, 11 RBIs, 26 strikeouts, and 8 walks. So he takes that pitch outside for ball 1. Those 26 strikeouts do lead the league. Baker also top 5 in home runs, however, with 4. As he hits that one high and deep into center field, McGeehan giving chase and will stop on the warning track and make the catch. As a long out number 2 for Cale
Number
Baker.
6,
Pimentel
the left
went
fielder,
deep
Dylan
to center
Ott.
field as well, but not deep enough. As the Settlers go 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring Dylan Ott to the plate. Ott, 290 average, 410 on base percentage, has 20 hits, 5 doubles, 8 RBIs, 11 strikeouts, and 7 walks. First pitch taken for a ball to the left fielder and Ott. Ott last game against the Scouts, 0 for 4, did have an RBI, also had 2 strikeouts in that one. As he pops this one to the right side, but out of play. He's on leaving the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Starting pitcher Ryan Middleton cruising so far through 5 hitters. He hasn't thrown more than 5 pitches to a Settler yet. It's 1-1 comes into Ott, swing and a miss for strike number 2. One-two offering from Middleton. That one swung on and missed for strike number 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning, and for the second consecutive inning, the Settlers go down 1-2-3 as we head to the bottom of the second. Joes lead 1-0.
Leading off the home half of the second for the Joes, the catcher, number 19, Colin Bowman.
It'll be 8-9-1 here for the Hamilton Joes in the bottom of the second inning. They lead the Licking County Settlers 1-0. Played 1 1/2 innings. It'll be Colin Homan, the catcher, to lead off this bottom of the second inning. First pitch, he fouls back to the screen. Homan, the 5'11" sophomore from Northern Kentucky University, so also teammates with Brendan Ellis, and Griffin Dorshing, his teammate here with the Hamilton Joes. 0-1 from Torber. That one hit hard through the left side and into left field as Dylan Ott picks it up and flips it back into the infield. So leadoff single for Colin Homan, the catcher.
Number 2, the left fielder,
Jared Kaufman will be your next hitter. Kaufman, a Waynesville, Ohio native, 5'10", 170. Plays his baseball at Eastern Michigan University, 255 average, 14 hits, 3 doubles, 3 RBIs, 11 strikeouts, and 3 walks for the right-handed hitting left fielder. Sam Wilson, the third baseman, now playing on the cutoff of the grass, takes another step back, but still in front of that third base bag as the Joes have their leadoff man aboard. Already up 1-0 as he takes that pitch. Kaufman does for a strike. As a potent Joes offense, they average just about 9 hits per game, a little over 6 runs per game, but 10 runs per game in the last 6. 364 on base percentage. They will run too. They have 46 stolen bases as Torbert checks on the runner and Homan at first base. 46 for 55, that's 84%. 0-1 from Torbert. That pitch flipped into right field. That one will get down. Right fielder and Hill will pick it up, and Homan will dig into third base on the single by Jared Kaufman. Back-to-back singles has the Joes threatening once again as they have runners at the corners, nobody out, and their leadoff hitter, Trey Compton, at the dish now. Compton was a strikeout victim in his first at-bat. Part of that first inning where Torbert struck out the first 2 hitters, then allowed the next 4 to reach base before retiring Addison Coffey to retire the side. So Torbert finds himself in a jam once again here early on. He goes to work to Trey Compton. A pitch taken, curveball low and outside for ball 1. Joe started the year 2-0 and then just kind of went into a slide before picking it back up the last week and a half or so. 5-1 in their last 6. Start of the year 2-0 as the runner goes towards second. Baker throw down to second. Going to be on the second base side of the bag and not in time as Jared Kaufman slides in safely, and that's 2 for 2 on the day for the Joes already. That pitch was called a strike. So count will even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Runners at second and third. It's Homan on third, Kaufman on second. Joes lead 1-0. No outs, bottom of the second. 1-1 pitch from Torbert. That one hit into left field over the head of Eddie Pena. That'll score 1 as Homan comes around. Kaufman being waved in. Not going to get a throw, and that'll be a 2-run single by the leadoff hitter in Trey Compton. And very early on, the Joes lead 3-0 and nobody out. 3 straight singles by the Hamilton Joes. That's their 4th hit of the day already. As I said, nobody out, 3-0 lead. There's trouble a brewing already for the Settlers. Chandler Miller will be your hitter now. Second baseman as the runner goes. Baker throw down to second. Nobody there at the bag as Pena slides to even keep that one in the infield. That is now 3 for 3 in stolen bases as the Joes are just running all over the Settlers here in the second inning. 3 for 3. We're still in the second inning. They lead 3-0. Trey Compton stands on second base. Chandler Miller, your batter. He was also a strikeout victim in his first at-bat. Him and Trey Compton both struck out. The only 2 strikeouts by Torbert today. Joe's now with 3 straight hits as he squares to bunt. He did not offer, says our home plate umpire. Count will go to 1 ball and 1 strike. So another good block by Cale Baker, the catcher, to keep Compton over at second base. Settlers just need outs right now. This Joes team can get hot. They've scored double digits in 4 out of their last 6. So that pitch misses inside. 2 balls and a strike to the second baseman in Miller. Miller goes to Trevecca Nazarene University. It's a D2 school in Nashville. Started 42 games for them this past season. Torbert checking the runner on second base and delivers a 2-1. That pitch low and outside for ball 3. And Torbert in danger of walking his 3rd batter of the game. Torbert has 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, a hit by pitch, and 4 hits here in the second inning. 3-1, that one in the dirt, ball number 4. And that'll put another base runner aboard. That's the 4th straight Joe to make it to first base. Then put runners on first and
The right
second
fielder,
with
Chris
nobody out as the
Hamilton.
third batter in Chris Hamilton. Steps into the batter's box now, left-handed hitting right fielder. Singled in his first at-bat. He later came around to score
To the
on the
Joe's
pass
Beer
ball.
booth, located near the first base dugout.
Hamilton was down the count, no balls and 2 strikes as Torbert looked to strike out the side. But he singled right back at Torbert, nearly hit Torbert in the arm. And that's what started that first inning rally. First pitch to Hamilton. That one fouled straight back. As Torbert jumps all over him early on. This Joe's team has a lot of power as well. They've hit 36 doubles this year, 6 triples, and 12 home runs. So not only are they going to get on base, they're going to hit the ball hard. A 1 pitch, squares around a bunt. That one fouled towards the third base dugout as that one ran up and in on Hamilton. That was more of a self-defense move. He's trying to avoid getting hit by that pitch. So once again, Torbert on top of Hamilton, no balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out, runners on first and second base. Compton on second, Miller over on first. Joe's lead 3-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. Torbert can really use a double play ball here as middles are pinched in. The 0-2, that one high and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hamilton on Stony Brook. Seawolf. Seawolves 32-25 this season, eliminated by Hartford in the American East Tournament. 1-2 from Torbert. That one hit hard into center field. Margroff going back will make 2 steps to his right and fire as the runner on second base in Compton tags and slides in safely to third base. So the fly out to Margroff in center field will advance the runner and Hamilton as Miller will stay put on first base.
Baseman,
And more
Griffin
importantly,
Dorsching.
out number 1 for Luke Torbert. Griffin Dorsching will be your batter now. The right-handed hitting first baseman walked in his first plate appearance, but as we said, he can hit the long ball. 7 home runs this season, had 2 in his last game. 6'4", 275 they have him listed. He is every bit of that listing. First pitch from Torbert. Curveball taken for a strike. Torbert was able to get a couple past Dorsching with the off-speed pitch in his last at-bat. Dorsching, the 2 strikes that either swung through or saw were both on the breaking ball. Torbert going to back that one here on the first pitch. A 1 pitch, runner goes towards second. That pitch fouled to the right side, just over our light pole here behind the Settler dugout. No balls and 2 strikes as the runner and Chandler Miller took off. Joe's already 3 for 3 on the day in stolen bases. Dorsching steps out, gets his signs, and digs back into the batter's box. Runners at the corners now for the Joes. 1 out. Torbert checks the run over on first base. Close play over there at first, but not in time as Garrett Roberts applied the swipe tag. Checks on him one more time over at first. It's Roberts wisely coming up and checking the runner on third, and Trey Compton. Compton had the 2 RBI single to drive in the only 2 runs in this inning, but the Joes looking for more. 0-2 pitch, that one lifted into shallow left field. Ott coming on. Compton tagging from third. Ott coming up and will make the throw in and is cut off by Wilson as Compton went back to third base. That's a big out number 2 as Torbert got Dorsching to reach out and just try to flip that one into left field. Easy play for Dylan Ott. Not deep enough to draw in the runner in Trey Compton as he kind of started and stopped, but went back. It was going to be a good throw from Ott, so probably a wise decision. And the Settlers are 1 out away from getting out of this second inning. Justin McConnell, the shortstop, taking off his shin guard and flipping it back to his teammate. Right-handed hitting McConnell in his first at-bat. He was a walk. First pitch from Torbert. Runner goes. Fouled back once again. Chandler Miller got a good jump. It's the second time he's tried to swipe second base, and the second time the hitter has fouled it back. So Miller will retreat back to first base. McConnell down the count, no balls and 1 strike, 2 outs. 2 runners have already come in for the Joes. They have runners at the corners right now as Torbert checks on the runner at first base. Another close play as Miller dives back into first. Torbert's tried him 3 times. It's been unsuccessful 3 times. But 3 fairly close plays over that first base. A 1 now. That one fouled back as Torbert jumps ahead. No balls and 2 strikes for the second consecutive hitter. Started off this game with 2 straight strikeouts, then a single, 2 walks, and a hit by a pitch. Equal 1 run. He's given up 2 already in this second inning. Trying to hold it right there, however. 0-2 pitch, runner goes. That pitch taken, strike number 3, looking as he pulled the string on McConnell for his 3rd strikeout of the game. But 3 consecutive singles bring home 2 runs for the Joes as they score 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We head to the 3rd. Joes lead 3-0.
I'm looking for the owner of a white Honda Odyssey, license plate GJN 5046. Your car has been selected as the dirtiest car in the parking lot. And your prize for this selection is a free car wash. Compliments of Splash and Dash, the official car wash of the Hamilton Joes. Please claim your prize at our press box and clean your car right up at Splash and Dash Auto Wash. Leading off for the Settlers, the right fielder, Turner Hill.
79 here for the Settlers, and Turner Hill, Eddie Pena, and Jacob Margroff as they try to figure out starting pitcher Ryan Middendorf of the Joes. First pitch to Hill, taken on the outside for a ball. Turner batting .250 on the season, has 16 hits, 3 doubles, 6 RBIs, 7 strikeouts, and 11 walks. So he sees that pitch this time for a strike on the outside corner. Turner was 1 for 3 in the last game against the Xenia Scouts. Turner's been a good catalyst for this team. Leadoff spot, he sees a lot of pitches, works the pitcher as he looks at that one for a strike. This time coming inside was Middendorf, and he goes ahead in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Turner, one of the only guys on this Settler team with more walks than strikeouts. As he lifts that pitch foul into the left side. So count remain at 1 ball and 2 strikes. The only other guy that has more walks than strikeouts will be Kaz Sobozic, the leadoff hitter. 1-2 pitch now from Middendorf. That pitch fouled off once again. Good job by Turner. And that's just what he does just about every at-bat. He's going to work the pitcher, as I said. See a lot of pitches, make the pitcher really work on him and get him out. Turner's not going to be a guy that's going to get himself out. He's going to make the pitcher get him out. He's going to make contact most of the time as well. 1-2 pitch. That one hit hard into right field. That's the first base hit by Turner Hill. So you can cancel the post-game show as Middendorf had retired the first 6 Settlers that he's seen. And Turner Hill leads off this top of the 3rd inning with a single.
Eddie Pena.
Eddie Pena will dig into the batter's box now. Pena, 237, excuse me, on the year. 14 hits, none for extra bases, all those singles, 7 RBIs, 11 strikeouts, and 4 walks for the Woodlake, California native.
Everybody clap your hands.
So the Settlers with their first base runner of the game here in the 3rd inning.
Check it.
They had been retired 6 straight Mindorf having to go from the stretch for the first time today. He delivers to Pena, that one on the inside corner for a strike. Pena against the Xenia Scouts. He went 0 for 4. Last 5 games, 4 for 18, 4 RBIs. So he's come up in some big spots. Has found himself in opportunities. It really has been the bottom part of the order as that pitch popped up in the infield. First baseman Dorsching will come over from first base and make the catch, as Pena is retired for the first out here in the top of the third inning.
Jacob Margoff.
Jacob Margroff coming to bat now. Margroff making his first start since the 13th of June. He's had a nagging hamstring injury that has kept him on the Settler bench, but getting the start today, feeling a little bit better. The Settlers obviously happy to see him in the lineup as their bench had gone thin as of late, as he sees that pitch on the outside corner for a strike. As we know, Sam Stewart had been in the batting order quite frequently. Stewart getting the day off today. John McCauley, the pitcher, was actually in the batting order last game as well. So that pitch swung on and missed by Margroff. No balls and 2 strikes. Settlers in the last game came in with only 18 players, 4 position players on the bench, and 5 pitchers. They just used just about everybody as well. It was a all hands on deck affair as they beat the Xenia Scouts 6-5. 0-2 pitch to Margroff. Swung on and missed for strike number 3. And that's strikeout number 3 for the starting pitcher and Ryan Mindorf. So after the leadoff single by Turner Hill, Eddie Pena and Jacob Margroff both go down, and that brings up the top of the order in Kaz Sobozic. Sobozic's first plate appearance, he flew out to left field. First pitch, tries to lay down a bunt. He does. Goes right to the pitcher in Mindorf and flips over to first for out number 3. Good idea by Sobozic, just too much right at the pitcher in Mindorf, and the Settlers are retired in the top of the third. One hit, no runs, no errors, and 1 left on base. So they head to the bottom half of the third, trailing 3-0.
Baseball fans, you could go home a winner if you buy a ticket to our Joe's Split the Pot contest. Tickets are on sale now. Buy 1 ticket for $1, 6 tickets for $5, or the deal of the night, 15 tickets for only $10. Half the pot supports the Joes, the other half goes home with you. Our Joe's ticket representatives are selling now and will continue to do so until a winner is announced in the top of the 8th inning. That's our Split the Pot contest right here at Foundation Field. Leading off for the Joes, the center
McGeehan,
fielder,
Coffee, and
Sean
Homan,
McGeehan.
the 6, 7, 8 hitters for the Hamilton Joes, due up here in the bottom of the third inning. They lead the Licking County Settlers 3-0. Luke Torbert still on the mound for the Settlers. He faces McGeehan for the second time today. First pitch taken inside for a ball. McGeehan was hit by a 2-2 fastball in his first plate appearance. Got it right off the left forearm. A 1-0 pitch. Checks his swing. Did he go? No, he did not. This is our first base umpire. 2 balls and no strikes to the right-handed hitting center fielder. Two-0 pitch from Torbert. That one hit hard into center field. Margroff giving chase over his right shoulder, but that ball will be knocked down and retired by Margroff. McGeehan hit that one on the nose into deep center field. Margroff had to give chase to his right, caught it just about right in front of the warning track. We've seen a few balls hit out to center field today that haven't traveled as far as they looked off the bat. The center fielders have caught them on the warning track. There's not really a whole lot of wind out right now. Just kind of something to note. As a third baseman, Addison Coffee will step to the dish now. Coffee takes that first pitch outside for a ball. He grounded out to end the first inning. It's a 6-4 put out. So he hit it sharply on the ground to Sam Wilson at third. That was with the bases loaded. So he sees that pitch outside as well for a ball. So once again, Torbert gets behind 2 balls and no strikes to the Joe hitter. Offering from Torbert, bounces in for ball number 3. Coffey, the Albany, Indiana native, played his last season at Arizona State University, but according to Google, he will be transferring to San Jacinto College here in the fall. He sees that pitch for a strike. Torbert finally gets one across, 3 balls and 1 strike. San Jac College, JUCO powerhouse. That pitch popped up, might not have enough room for Baker. Looks like actually it will, as it comes back into play for out number 2. So the second consecutive hitter Torbert gets behind, he's still able to get them out. So he might be finding his groove here in the 3rd inning, as catcher Colin Homan will come to the plate now. Colin led off the 2nd inning with a single. He was part of 3 consecutive singles that brought in 2 runs in that bottom of the 2nd inning. First pitch from Torbert. That one taken for a strike. Good breaking ball by Luke Torbert. Torbert started the 1st inning retiring the first 2 hitters. And the next 4 would reach bases way out in front. Is Colin Homan for strike number 2. Torbert pulling the string on him once again. And Homan nowhere near that pitch. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 3rd inning, 3-0. Settlers trails. That pitch, bat thrown towards the on-deck hitter, but strike number 3 at Homan offered. Nearly took out his teammate Jared Coffin in the on-deck circle. But Luke Torbert able to go 3 up, 3 down. As we head to the 4th, Joe's 3, Settlers nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Foundation Field Chicken Dance. Brought to you by Wings on Brookwood. Family owned and operated for over 20 years. Stop in after tonight's Joe's win at Wings on Brookwood. You'll be in good company.
Wilson, Pimentel, and Roberts due up here in the top of the 4th inning for the Licking County Settlers. They trail the Hamilton Joes 3-0. So Settlers working around for the 2nd time on Ryan Mindorf. Wilson in his first at-bat grounded out to the shortstop as he takes that pitch inside for ball number 1. Wilson was 1 for 5 last game against the Xenia Scouts, had that big game-tying home run in the top of the 9th inning. Settlers were down 5-4 as that pitch on the outer half for a strike. Wilson not too happy with that call. That'll even the count at 1 apiece. Wilson 4 for his last 21. He's cooled off in the past couple weeks. That pitch way outside for ball number 2. Wilson was hitting 500 at one point. He's still top 5 in the league in hits. He's got 25 on the season, but the average has dipped down back to the mid-300s. But still batting very high in this Settler batting order. One of the best bats on the team. That pitch flipped over the 3rd baseman's head, and fair ball down the left field line as Wilson going to try to leg out a single. No, he's going to go back. He made a wide turn around first base, but wisely heads back to first base with the leadoff single. So for back-to-back innings, Settlers have their leadoff man aboard, and Miguel Pimentel, the designated hitter, will be next. Pimentel in his first at-bat flew out deep to center field. As we've talked about, ball's kind of dying as they go out to center field. Miguel hit his on the line. Cale Baker hit a deep one out there. One of the Joes flew to deep center field as well, but ball just not carrying today as that pitch misses inside for a ball. Pimentel getting his first start since the 28th of June against Grand Lake. He was 3 for 5 with a home run. Then had a nagging ankle injury, kept him out of lineup, got a pinch hit appearance, was going to pinch hit as that pitch fouled back, even the count at 1. Was going to pinch hit in game 3 against Xenia on Sunday. He was in the on-deck circles. It was the pitcher spot coming up. McCauley had started there. Nathan Dill had pinch hit in that spot, and then Pimentel was going to as well. But spot didn't come up as that pitch misses outside. 2 balls and a strike to the right-handed hitting Pimentel. Pimentel, one of the better averages on this Settler team, 347. Has 17 hits despite missing a couple games with the injury. 2-1 pitch from Mindorf. That one fouled back. Evens the count at 2. Pimentel 6 for his last 19. A home run and 6 RBIs in his last 5 games. It's not too bad for the Lee University Flame. Of course, one of the only returning Settlers, him and Johnny Putnam, both returning for the Settlers this season. 2-2 pitch. That time is called. Mittendorf didn't quite see it. He started his motion towards home plate, didn't throw the ball. It's always kind of a dangerous play, too, if he comes down awkwardly, sees it a little bit late. And coaches usually kind of advise their pitchers to still throw the ball. Don't act like anything's different because you don't want to risk injury, especially the turf mound here. You never kind of know how your shoes are going to stick as he checks on Wilson over at first base, not in time. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Pimentel. Nobody out. Wilson on first. Settlers trail 3-0 here in the top of the 4th inning. Joe scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and then Torbert retired them 3 straight batters in the 3rd inning. 2-2 pitch to Pimentel. That one hit high into left center field. It'll be left fielder Kaufman coming on, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. So Pimentel flies out to left field, and Wilson retreats back to first base as Garrett Roberts will be your batter now.
Your batter, Garrett
Roberts struck out in his first at-bat in the 2nd inning. Roberts, some of the most power on this team, hit 2 moonshots against Xenia at Grady's Field in the last game. First one went over the scoreboard in left field. He put an absolute charge into it. You could tell on that last at bat, he hits that one hard to the third baseman, fielded on a 1-hop to second, 4-1 over to first. No, not in time, as the first baseman Dorsching was pulled off the bag up the first base line. So Wilson will be retired on the 5-4 put out, and Roberts will stay on first base on the fielder's choice.
Cale Baker.
Cale Baker taking his shin guards off now and will head to the right-handed batter's box. Baker flew out to deep center field in his first at-bat. Settlers have had back-to-back leadoff men aboard in the 3rd and 4th innings, but haven't been able to move them anywhere past first base. They went 6 straight hitters, were retired, making a little bit better contact here the 2nd time around. Still trail 3-0 here, top 4. First pitch into Baker, catches the outside corner for a strike. Mindorf doing a good job early on, hitting his corners, especially that outside one. He's been pounding the outer half of the zone here against these Settler hitters, forcing them to try to take that ball the other way. You saw Roberts trying to pull that one, that pitch low and in the dirt for ball 1. Roberts just kind of stuck his bat out, still made pretty good contact. Was hit sharply at the third baseman, Coffey. But Coffey brought it into his body nicely and got the one out at second as Baker looks at that pitch for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the right-handed hitting catcher in Baker. Mindorf comes set, checks Roberts on first, delivers 1-2. That one way outside. Can even the count at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Baker. Baker 6 for his last 20. Started off the year very cold, was hitting under 100 for a while, but it started to turn it back on a little bit. Had a big 3 for 4 day as he fouls that pitch back. Had a big 3 for 4 day against Xenia in game number 1 of the doubleheader on Saturday. He's at 6 for his last 20. Not too bad comparatively to where he started. 241 on the year now. Pitch to Baker. That one hit high into the outfield once again. Left fielder Kaufman going back and will settle under it and make the catch. Another long out by Cale Baker. This one to left field, and the Settlers go down without a peep as they get the leadoff single by Sam Wilson, but not able to do anything with it. No runs, 1 hit, no error, and 1 left on base as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Joe's 3, Licking County nothing.
Wash it down with a Diet Coke or Miller Lite, and cheer your Joes on all summer long. The concession stand at Foundation Field. Eat like a champion with the Hamilton Joes. Leading off the home half of the 4th for the Joes, the left fielder, Jerry Kaufman.
9-1-2 here for the Hamilton Joes. In the bottom of the 4th inning, Luke Torbert back on the mound for his 4th inning of work. Once he got the Joes retired in order last time out in the 3rd inning. 1-2-3 did McGee and Coffey and Homan go down. It'll be the left fielder and 9-hitter Jared Kaufman leading off this 4th inning as that pitch low and in the dirt for ball number 1. Kaufman was the 2nd of the 3 straight singles that brought in 2 runs in the 2nd inning. He was also the 3rd run of the game, had a stolen base as well. So he sees that pitch low for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to the left fielder Kaufman. Kaufman from Waynesville, Ohio, 5'10", 170. This is college baseball at Eastern Michigan. That pitch curveball from Torbert catches the outside for a strike. Eagles finished the year 22-34. Season ended in the MAC tournament to Toledo. Kaufman started 41 games, 37 hits. That pitch popped up in the infield. Pena and Sobaza giving chase. Will be Pena calling for it and making the catch. 4 pitches and 1 out as Torbert retires.
The designated hitter,
Kaufman on the pop-up to Pena. Trey Compton, the leadoff hitter, will be the batter now. Compton 1 for 2 on the day. Had that 2 RBI single in the 2nd inning, also struck out. 1 of 4 strikeouts on the day for Luke Torbert. That pitch hit hard into left center field, and it'll get down as Jacob Margroff cuts it off and throws it back in. So back-to-back singles for Trey Compton in his last 2 at-bats, and he's aboard here in the bottom of the 4th with 1 out.
Baseman Chandler Miller.
Chandler Miller will step to the dish now, the right-handed hitting 2nd baseman. He walked and struck out in his first 2 plate appearances. Miller, the Panama City Beach, Florida native. Trevecca Nazarene University is where he plays his baseball as they check on the runner in Compton over at first base. Compton does have a stolen base. Hamilton Joes 3 for 3 on stolen bases today. Torbert fires to home, swing and a miss by Chandler Miller as he jumps ahead, the 2nd baseman. Miller very hot lately. 8 for his last 17. Also has 5 RBIs in that time span. Also, to note, he has been hit by 3 pitches as well. So he's been finding his way on base. They check on the runner again over at first base in Compton, but not in time. This 4th inning was the trouble inning for Luke Torbert against the Lima Locos, where they nearly batted around as they check on once again over at first base. Torbert doing an active job of checking on the runners over at first base. He's thrown over a number of times today, but it hasn't really phased the running game of the Hamilton Joes as they still have 3 stolen bases here. We're still in the 4th inning. That ball misses high, leaving the count at 1. Miller going into his junior season. The 2015 Rawlings all-defensive team. As the runner goes, that pitch fouled to the right side. Watch out, there's some kids playing some pickup baseball in the fields off to our right. As Miller goes down the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Very cool evening here. Not very hot, on the cooler side. A little bit of a breeze starting to pick up. Still not uncomfortably cool. Good night for baseball. 1-2 pitch. Misses inside. Gonna even the count at 2. Compton over on first base, 1 out. Jared Kaufman led off this inning with a pop-up to the shortstop in Pena. Compton then singled for the 2nd time today. Now here we are, 2-2 to Miller. The bottom of the 4th inning, Settlers trail 3-0. That pitch hit right back at Torbert as he fires to second base. Nobody there as he throws it to Sobozic. And Sobozic tries to go to 1, but not in time. Nobody covering second base as Torbert fielded the ball right to him, threw it towards the base, but neither of his middle infielders had gotten there. Pena was en route to the base, but he was not able to make the catch as it bounced to Sobozic. Sobozic tried to pick it up and throw it to first in time, but not in time again, so we'll see if that goes down as a hit or an error. It looks like it's going to go down as a base hit. So back-to-back singles now. That ball should have gotten him out of the inning. Number 3 hitter, Chris Hamilton batting now. Hamilton 1 for 2. He singled in the 1st inning. It's a 2-out, 0-2 single. He later came around to score in that 1st inning, flew out to deep center field in the 2nd as he sees that pitch outside for a ball. Torbert began this game with 2 straight strikeouts, then Hamilton singled down 0-2, and he eventually came around to score. That pitch over the plate for a strike. Torbert's curveball has been working today. That's kind of been his go-to pitch when he needs a strike or to get ahead of hitters, just get back in the count. He's been throwing that curveball very consistently over the plate. 4 strikes, inside, outside, up, down. It's probably been his best pitch so far. 1-1 now. Just misses the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike to the left-handed hitting Hamilton. That 1st inning, Hamilton was one of 4 consecutive base runners to reach. It was the only hit, though. There were 2 walks and a hit by pitch before Torbert was able to get out of the inning. 2-1 offering. Popped up left side, but foul. As it'll get back into the parking lot. And a couple of cars know that's not a car alarm.
Once again,
As I said, we are right next to the speaker here at Foundation
Joes
Field. So I apologize if it's a little bit loud. It kind of goes off and on. Trying to get the ambient sound working as well as obviously my voice on here, but doing the best we can now. 2-2. Just misses the outside corner as Torbert wanted that one, put his hands on his knees. Pleading for that call. He thought he got it on the strikeout looking, but was called a ball by our home plate umpire. So full count, runners at first and second base, 1 away here in bottom of the 4th. Torbert comes set now. Checks his runner at second and delivers the 3-2 fouled back. Fastball coming in at Hamilton. Just able to get a piece of it and keep himself alive. Griffin Dorsching is on deck. Dorsching hitless today. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to left. 1 pitch could get Torbert out of this. Should have been a double play on the last hitter, Miller. He hit it right back to Torbert, but a miscommunication at second base. Gave him the single. 3-2 once again. This time fouled off to the left side. as Hamilton do a good job staying alive here. That one hits a couple cars in the parking lot. In a parking lot off kind of to our left side, some fields off to our right. A school out in right field, a lot of houses out in left field. It's right in the middle of a neighborhood here in Hamilton, Ohio. Some couple people out in right center on their lawn chairs. Not sure if they can see over that fence, but they're enjoying the nice evening here. Torbert comes set, 3-2. Grounded softly up the middle. Pena going to have to make the throw on the run. He does, and in time. Good pitch from Torbert, jamming Chris Hamilton. It was a high chopper over the head of Torbert. Pena coming from shortstop to make the running play, and that's a big out number 2. Runners do move up 90 feet, so Compton over on third base, Miller on second base here with 2 outs in the bottom 4th. Griffin Dorsching is your batter now, the big right-handed hitting Graindale, Wisconsin native, 6'4", 275, Northern Kentucky baseball player. Walked in the first and flew out to Dale Ott in the second. First pitch from Torbert. That one taken for a strike. Torbert's done a good job on Dorsching. Seems to be going to the curveball a lot to him. Majority of the strikes that have been called on Dorsching from Torbert have been on the breaking ball. Torbert trying to find a hole in that big righty swing. Second pitch inside. Bounces off the glove of Baker. Here comes the runner. Throw to home to Torbert. Not in time as Torbert pleading with the umpire. I thought he might have got him, but it looked like the hand of Compton did slide in under the glove of Torbert, and he'll score on the pass balls that glanced off the glove of Cale Baker once again. 4-0 lead here from the Joes in the bottom of the 4th inning. Definitely had a lot of time. That ball didn't get too far away from Baker. Baker made a nice sliding throw to Torbert in time. Just couldn't get the glove down in time. So that pitch misses up and in to Dorsching. Shakes his head as the count moves to 2 balls and a strike. It's a second run in this game that have scored off the pass ball. Joes have 4 runs total. 2 of them have come off pass balls. Torbert hasn't thrown too bad today. Just spots that the hitters have been getting on as they tried to check his swing was Dorsching, but not able to. For strike number 2, that was ball in the dirt. Would have been ball 3, but 2-2, 2 outs, runner on third base in Chandler Miller. 4-0 ball game. Joes lead the Licking County Settlers. Torbert, one more pitch to get out of this inning. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. The ball gets away from Baker once again. Going to be a long throw to first base. And in time, says the umpires, that ball skirted to the left of Cale Baker. Made the one-hop throw to first base. Good pick by Garrett Roberts for a big out number 3 on the strikeout of Dorsching. But the Joes able to push one runner across.
Leading off the top of the 5th for the Settlers, the left fielder, Dylan Ott.
Dylan Ott to lead it off for the Settlers in the top half of the 5th inning. It'll be Ott, Hill, and Pena due up as they go up against starting pitcher Ryan Middendorf in his 5th inning of work. First pitch from Middendorf, curveball inside for ball number 1. Ott in his first at-bat did strike out swinging. So getting his second look at Middendorf. Settlers have led off the last 2 innings with leadoff singles But haven't been able to do anything with them. None of the runners have advanced past first base. That pitch fouled toward the Settler dugout on the first base side as Ott checked his swing and punched that right towards Turner Hill in the on-deck circle. 1-1 count. Now to the Helenville, Wisconsin native, University of Wisconsin Oshkosh Titan. 1-1 from Mittendorf. That one popped up right over my head and back into the parking lot. I tell you what, I'm kind of hoping none of these balls come up here on this press box. Not a lot of room and fairly high up. 1-2 count now to Dylan Ott. That pitch hit into shallow center field. Center fielder McGeehan coming on. It'll be a tough play, but it'll be a shortstop. McConnell calling him off and making the play. That was a long run for McConnell. Looked like McGeehan had the beat on it, but McConnell making the over-the-shoulder catch to retire Dylan Ott for out number 1. Turner Hill digging into the left-handed batter's box now. Turner singled in his first at-bat. He was the first hit of the day for the Settlers. They still only have 2. Turner Hill and Sam Wilson, each with a hit. First pitch from Mittendorf. That one right down the middle for strike number 1. Turner, of course, the Malone College pioneer from Marietta, Ohio. That pitch misses outside. We've talked a lot about Turner kind of working the count, drawing a lot of walks. College, once every 14 at-bats, he had a strikeout. Did not strike out very often as that pitch misses outside. Turner's always a tough battle there. He's bounced around kind of in the order. He led off for a little bit. He's batted the 9-hole before. Now coming today in the 7 spot. Just kind of a guy you can put anywhere and know he's going to make the pitcher work, because that pitch catches the inside corner. Turner's knees kind of buckled. The count will even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of 5. 4-0 lead for the Hamilton Joes. Mittendorf with the offering. That pitch flared into center field as McGeehan coming on once again, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. McGeehan getting a lot of action out there in center field, whether he makes the catch or not. He's made 3 plays already and been very close to a couple other ones. Eddie Pena will be the batter now. Pena popped up to the first baseman in Dorsching in his first at-bat. Mittendorf toes the rubber and delivers way outside for ball 1. Into the Woodlake, California native, 5'10", 160. Plays at Fresno State Bulldogs, 30-24 on the year. Didn't see a whole lot of action as he hits that pitch into shallow center field, and that will get down as McGeehan pulls up in front of it. A 2-out single for Eddie Pena as he is aboard. Settlers with their 3rd hit of the game. Hopefully can move him over as Jacob Margroff will come to the dish now. Margroff getting the start in center field today. First time he started since the 13th of June, had an injury. And he was a strikeout victim in his first at-bat. One of 3 strikeouts on the day for starting pitcher Mittendorf as he squares the bunt and takes for a ball. Fireworks going off right behind me. 4th of July tomorrow. Hopefully everybody has their 4th of July plans, but we'll plan it around the baseball game we'll be playing right here at Foundation Field once again at 7:05. So make sure to tune in as that pitch catches the outside corner for a strike. Nothing better than the 4th of July and some baseball. America's pastime. One is your count to Margroff as Mittendorf comes set and delivers. That's strike number 2. That catches the outside corner. 1-2 count now to the Butler Bulldog. Margroff did draw the third baseman Coffey in a little bit. Margroff, most of his hits this year have been on the bunt. That pitch misses inside, nearly hit him right in the knee. That'll even the count at 2. Margroff has 3 hits. I want to say that all 3 of them are on the bunt. If not 3, at least 2 of them have been via the bunt. He's forced a couple errors by bunting too. Great speed. Has 4 stolen bases on the year as well. 2-2 pitch. Taken up and in. 4-3, full count. As Pena will get a head start over on first base. 2 outs. Full count, 4-0 ball game here in the top of the 5th from Hamilton, Ohio. Settlers looking for back-to-back wins for the first time all season. have some ground to make up here right now. 3-2 runner goes. That pitch fisted out towards left field and will get foul, as Pena will go back to first base and will do it again. That fastball getting in on Markgraf, just able to kind of punch it towards the left side and out of play to stay alive. 3-2 once again. Pena goes. Markgraf swinging a miss once again. Second time he's gone down on strikes today, both swinging. And the Settlers have another hit for the third consecutive inning, but not able to move him over from first base as they go down. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. So we go to the bottom part of the 5th. Joes lead 4-0.
The Stars of Tomorrow play right here, but you can find them online too. HamiltonJoes.com is the official online home for everything Joes. You'll find a schedule of our upcoming games, as well as special events and promotions. And when the Joes are on the road, you can stream a live broadcast and cheer on Hamilton's hometown team. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and find everything else you need at HamiltonJoes.com. Leading on the home half of the 5th for the Joes, the shortstop, Justin McConnell.
Justin McConnell lead off here for the Joes in the bottom part of the 5th inning. It'll be McConnell, McGeehan, and Coffee. First pitch from Luke Torbert inside for ball 1. This is the bottom of the 5th inning. I might say on the scoreboard, top 5, but it is the bottom of the 5th. Computer kind of froze up a little bit there, so we'll try to switch that here when we can, as that pitch taken for a strike now. 1 ball and 1 strike to hitter McConnell. McConnell 0 for 1 today. Walked in the first inning and struck out looking in the second. 1 of 5 strikeouts that Torbert has here today, as that pitch also taken for a strike. Torbert once again going to the off-speed pitch. That has fared very well for him here today. 1-2. Hit him right in the helmet as that ball went right past the first base bag. And over to the first base coach as Torbert hits McConnell on a 1-2 fastball. And that'll put the leadoff man aboard here with nobody out.
The center fielder.
Center fielder Sean McGeehan will be your batter now. McGeehan was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. Torbert has 2 hit by pitches today and flew out to center field in the 3rd inning. McGeehan 8 for his last 20 with 9 RBIs. He's been swinging a hot bat. Most of these Hamilton Joes have been swinging hot bats. Been putting up 10 runs a game over the last 6 as that pitch low and for a ball. Joes have stolen 3 bases already today. They're 3 for 3. Torbert has checked over there a number of times, but it hasn't slowed them down as the runner takes a big secondary lead. That pitch looked at for a strike. Once again, it was a curveball catching the outside corner. It's been Torbert's go-to pitch today. Joes need 1 more stolen base for 50 on the season. Bouncing around is the runner, not in time, as Torbert thought he had him in McConnell. As you hear Michael Sandman yell, "No way." McConnell was bouncing back and forth. Torbert caught him on a bounce toward second base. It looked like the throw beat him. And Roberts thought he got him as well. Torbert definitely thought he got him, but safe, says our first base umpire. Runner now goes. That pitch hit into right field. It'll be Turner Hill giving chase. Turner will make the catch and not make the throw towards first base. Kind of faked the throw as McConnell retreated. So it'll be out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
The third baseman, Addison Coffee.
Addison Coffee, the right-handed hitting third baseman. Next up, Coffee 0 for 2 today. Ground out in the first inning and popped up to the catcher in Baker in the 3rd inning. Coffee 4 for his last 20. Struck out 9 times since then. Coffey's actually struck out 20 times on the season. First pitch now from Torbert, swing and a miss. Coffey fooled by the breaking ball by Luke Torbert. This 5th inning will be the longest appearance for Luke Torbert. His longest before was 3 1/3. Hasn't pitched bad at all. Has scattered 5 hits. His runner goes once again. As Baker not in time. As he really didn't even have a chance on that one. Good jump by the runner, McConnell. That's 50 stolen bases on the season for the Hamilton Joes. They're 50 for 59, about 85%. They run a lot, and they've done it here today. Pitch was taken for a ball. They'll even count at 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 inside. That's going to hit Addison Coffey. As 2 runners have gotten on this inning, both on the hit by pitch. That's the 3rd batter that Luke Torbert has hit today. There is action down in the Settler bullpen. Try to get a name for you when I can. As Michael Sandman will make his way out to the mound to talk to his starting pitcher in Luke Torbert. As we said, this is the longest appearance that Torbert has had today. As we might be making a call to the pen as somebody is running out from the bullpen towards the Settler dugout. Might be Trevor Nidzwicki, I believe. Yes, it is Trevor Nidzwicki down in the bullpen. He started towards the dugout as he thought he might be coming in, but Michael Sandman opting to leaving Luke Torbert in the game. So it'll be Colin Homan, the batter now. Homan's 1 for 2 today. He singled in the 2nd inning, scored a run, and struck out in the 3rd inning. So you take away some of the walks and hit by pitches. Torbert really has had a quality start of the mound as the runners go once again to throw to 3rd base in time as Cale Baker cuts down the runner in Justin McConnell. Addison Coffey will make it to 2nd base on the stolen base, but Justin McConnell out on the 2-5, caught stealing for out number 2. That's a big 2nd out. As Torbert trying to get out of this inning. He's hit 2 batters. One of them just retired at 3rd base. That pitch was taken for a strike as well to the hitter in Homan. That pitch grounded to the left side. It'll be a long run for Wilson. Fields it and fires to first as Roberts not able to pick it out of the turf. It was kind of a weird in-between hop to Roberts. Just kind of speared it into the ground. Never really went into his webbing. As Homan will get to first base, we'll see if that's ruled an error or a hit. It's a good play by Wilson. He ranged far to his left and made a strong throw. He had to evade the runner in Coffey as Coffey ran right in front of him. And that will go down as a single. So that's 6 hits on the day for the Hamilton Joes. Runners at the corners with 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th inning. They already lead 4-0. Torbert needs to get 1 more out. He appeared as if he wouldn't get that last out on the last hitter, but Roberts not able to pick that one off the turf. So to bring the number 9 hitter, Jared Kaufman, to the dish now. Kaufman looks at that pitch for a ball. Kaufman 1 for 2 today. He singled in the 2nd inning. Stole 2nd and later scored. He was the 2nd run of that 2-run 2nd inning. Also popped up to the shortstop in Eddie Pena in the 4th. 1-0 pitch from Torbert. That one grounded right back to him as he'll fire over to Roberts at first base and retire this side. So the Joes threatened once again, but not able to push a run across as the Settlers throw up the 2nd 0 of the game. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. We head to the 6th. Joes lead 4-0.
Take me out to the ball game.
Leading off the top of the sixth for the Settlers, the second baseman, Kaz Sobazik.
Top of the order here in the top of the sixth inning for the Licking County Settlers. They trail the Hamilton Joes 4-0 here from Foundation Field in Hamilton, Ohio. It's Kaz Sobazik, your batter. He's 0 for 2 today. First pitch from pitcher Ryan Mittendorf, taken on the outside corner for a strike. Sobazik flew out to left in his first at-bat and grounded back to the pitcher on a bunt attempt in the third inning. 0-1 from Mittendorf. That pitch taken low for a ball. Mittendorf scattered 3 hits so far, no walks. Those 3 hitters are the only batters that have reached, and none of them have moved past first base. They've all been singles. 1-1. Fouled off to the left side. 4 strike 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's the leadoff hitter in Sobazik. Mittendorf gets his sign. Toes rubber in from the windup. 1-2, swing and a miss by Sobazik. That's strikeout number 4 on the day for starting pitcher Ryan Mittendorf as he starts yet another inning, retiring the leadoff hitter. Sam Wilson, 1 of 3 hits today by the Settlers. Sam's 1 for 2, grounded out in the first, and got that single to lead off the 4th inning. Was retired on a fielder's choice by Garrett Roberts. Settlers haven't had anybody past first base. They've been stifled by the starting pitchers. That pitch up and in to Sam Wilson for ball number 1. Ryan Mittendorf has been doing it to pretty much everybody he's faced this year. He's gone 6 innings 3 times. That pitch hit hard into center field as McGeehan will give chase and settle under it for out number 2. Another ball seemed like it hit hard into center field, but just won't carry here at Foundation Field tonight. Miguel Pimentel will be your hitter now.
Miguel Pimentel.
Mittendorf has thrown 6 pitches, and has 2 outs. Pimentel is 0 for 2. He flew out to center field and left field. First pitch he's seeing from Ryan Mittendorf. Taken inside for ball 1. Mittendorf, 4 appearances, 6 innings in all but 1. The other one was 5. Doesn't give up a whole lot of runs. So that pitch looked at for a strike. Evens the count at 1. And he has 7 earned runs on the year in those 4 appearances. Not a big strikeout guy. Had 8 strikeouts in 1. But that been around 4 or 3. So he's right around his average as he misses low and outside. Doesn't walk a whole lot. 23 innings pitched, 3 walks. Hasn't walked any here tonight, so he's going to throw the ball over the plate and give hitters a chance to hit it. 2-1. That one hit hard into right field this time. Drifting toward the foul line is Hamilton, and he will slide into the fence and not be able to come up with that. A long run for Hamilton as he takes a seat on the dirt, kind of collects himself as the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pimentel going with that pitch. Hamilton not playing very deep either. That ball was hit right in front of both the right field fence and the right field line fence, right into the corner. Probably hit about 329 feet. It was going to be a long run as that ball was slicing towards out of play. Pimentel being the right-handed hitter. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Pimentel here in the top of the 6th. Delivery from Mittendorf. That ball hit hard into the right center gap. It's going to be a long run for Hamilton, and he will make the running catch. A great catch by Hamilton coming in and to his right, and that will retire the Settlers 1-2-3 for the 3rd time today as Pimentel goes to center, left, and now right. Settlers, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. So we go to the bottom of the 6th, 4-0 lead for the Joes.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. For the Licking County Settlers, number 7 from the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh, Trevor Niedzwiecki, now pitching. Niedzwiecki, now pitching.
A new arm on the mound for these Settlers as Luke Torbert's day is done. Torbert went 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, 7 hits, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 3 hit by pitches. It'll be Trevor Niedzwiecki on the bump now for the Licking County Settlers. Niedzwiecki, the 5'11", 180-pound right-handed thrower from the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh. His first pitch will be taken right down the middle for a strike from Trey Compton, the leadoff hitter for the Joes. Niedzwiecki, a short relief guy. Longest appearance he's seen is 2 innings. That was against the Richmond Jazz. He throws back-to-back strikes on the fastballs. Last appearance, he did pitch against Xenia on Sunday through 1 1/3. Got out of an inning on a double play ball. 0-2 pitch now, fouled back by Trey Compton. That was a big double play ball that he got as the Scouts were looking to add to their 5-4 lead. But Niedzwiecki able to close the door on a 1-6-3 double play. That pitch swung on and missed. Good breaking ball by Niedzwiecki. Dropped by Baker, but throw down to Roberts will be in time for out number 1. Niedzwiecki comes in, throws 4 pitches, and gets the strikeout of Trey Compton, as will be Chandler Miller coming to the dish now. Miller, the right-handed hitting second baseman, is 1 for 2 today. He struck out in the first inning, walked in the second, and singled in the fourth. First pitch from Niedzwiecki. Pitch taken on the outside corner for a strike. Niedzwiecki coming out of the pen and throwing strikes here early on. There's some more pitchers walking around to the bullpen down the right field line. Niedzwiecki pounds his own once again. Niedzwiecki hasn't thrown a ball yet. Threw 4 strikes to Compton and now 2 strikes here to Chandler Miller. The 0-2. Swung on and missed. Strike number 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Trevor Niedzwiecki out of the pen. And the first 2 hitters have been retired here for the Joes, as Chris Hamilton will be your next batter. Hamilton 1 for 3 today. He singled in the first inning, stole a base, and scored a run. Flew out to center in the second and grounded to short in the 4th inning. The left-handed hitting New York native. Stony Brook University is a Seawolf as he fouls that one straight back. Niedzwiecki continues to pound the zone. He's thrown 8 pitches, all have been for strikes. 0-1. That one, there's the first ball. Niedzwiecki evens the count at 1 ball in, 1 strike. One. Curveball this time, just misses. 2 balls and a strike. Not a terrible outing from starting pitcher Luke Torbert. I mean, if you really get rid of those walks in the first inning, that's really what killed him. I mean, he had 3 consecutive singles in the second, but they were all hard hit as that ball hit hard to the right center gap. Turner Hill going back, and he'll stop just short of the warning track and make the play. The other ball dies in the outfield, but Niedzwiecki comes out of the pen and retires the first 3 hitters that he sees, 2 via the strikeout and 1 on the long flyout. Good job by Niedzwiecki as we go to the top of the 7th inning. Settlers need some runs. They trail 4-0.
Leading off the top of the seventh, the first baseman and beer batter, Garrett Roberts.
Ryan Middendorf back out on the mound for his 7th inning of work, and he has baffled the Settler hitters thus far. They only have 3 hits, and none of those hitters have made it past first base. All 3 have been singles as Garrett Roberts looks to end that trend. He sees a curveball on the outside corner for a strike. Settlers have no runs, 3 hits, do have an error. Joe's 4 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. And that is where we stand here in the 7th inning. 4-0 ball game as Roberts hits that hard to the left side. Third baseman Coffey picks it up, throws to first base, and retires Roberts. So the Settlers continue to get good lumber on the bat. That was a hard hit ball, but on the ground and right at Coffey. Settlers haven't been able to find any gaps at all today. Those 3 singles have been right at the outfielders, as Cale Baker will be your next hitter. Baker has flown out to center field and left field. He's played a couple good swings on balls. Just hasn't been able to get anything to carry. Nothing's carried here today at Foundation Field for both teams. First pitch to Baker, curveball taken for a strike. Settlers have had 4 men come to the plate 3 times. That's the biggest inning that they've had. They just haven't been able to string together hits. Really get any hits thus far as that pitch fouled off to the right side. And Baker very quickly down the count, no balls and 2 strikes. 4 pitches into this 7th inning. Roberts grounded out, and Baker now down 0-2. Pitch from Middendorf. That pitch taken outside for a ball. Haven't seen any action in the Joe bullpen at all. Not sure if Middendorf's on a pitch count or an innings limit in this game, but he hasn't thrown that many pitches. He's only seen 1 full count today, and that was to Jacob Margroff. That pitch way outside for ball number 2. He was able to get Margroff on the strikeout. Only seen 3, including this batter, 2-2 counts. So he's thrown a lot of strikes. He's only walked 3 batters in 23 innings. I mean, now I guess if you count 29 here with the 6 today. 2-2. That one taken for strike number 3 as Baker strikes out looking. First strikeout today for Cale Baker, and 2 away are here in the top of the 7th inning. Dylan Ott will be your batter now. The right-handed hitting left fielder is a strikeout victim, and he also popped up to the shortstop as Middendorf has 6 strikeouts today. He had 8 in his first appearance, and that's his season high. First pitch taken outside for a ball. Settler bats have been quiet for the past couple of weeks. If you remember, that's kind of how they started hot. As that pitch lifted into shallow right field as Ott throws his back in. Hamilton settles under it. So once again, the Settlers go down 1-2-3 on the ground out, strikeout, and the fly out. As it's time to stretch, Settlers trail 4-0.
The 7th inning stretch is brought to you by All Wealth Federal Credit Union. If you live, work, worship, or attend school in Butler County, visit allwealth.org to learn more about becoming a member. All right, everyone, get on your feet and get those pipes ready as we sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Tonight, performed by our national anthem singer, Mr. Rick Giuliani. Rick, it's all yours.
Everybody join me. Here we go. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if we ever get back for its root. Root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if we ever get back for its root. Root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Thank you.
Leading off the home half of the 7th inning for the Joes, the first baseman, Griffin Dorsching.
Might be the first time I've ever heard the 7th inning stretch sung back-to-back. Most people usually just stop with one, but the singer here tonight going for an encore. As Griffin Dorsching will be your batter to face Niedzwiecki. First pitch into Dorsching is a strike. As Niedzwiecki comes out in the bottom of the 7th inning and continues to pound the zone. Dorsching today 0 for 2 with a walk. Walked in the first, flew out to left in the second, and struck out in the 4th. His first at bat against Niedzwiecki. Curveball grounded to the left side, but it'll kick foul. As Niedzwiecki goes up 0-2, another hitter. Niedzwiecki came in the 6th inning in his first inning of relief, got back-to-back strikeouts. Didn't throw a ball to either of those hitters, got down the count 2-1 to Chris Hamilton, but induced the fly out to end the inning. So Niedzwiecki saw 3 hitters and set all 3 of them down as he tries to do it again as that pitch flared to the right side and out of play. Dorsching trying to stay alive against Niedzwiecki and add to this 4-0 lead for the Hamilton Joes. Scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and 1 in the 4th. And that is where we stand right now. 0-2 pitch. That curveball misses up and in. Dorsching racking up the accolades in his first collegiate baseball season. He was a 2018 collegiate baseball freshman All-American. He was Horizon League Freshman of the Year, first team Horizon League. So that pitch fouled off to the left side once again. All Horizon League freshman team. 44 games, 42 hits, 49 RBIs. He was an RBI machine. Added on 13 home runs as well. Slugged .520 in his first season for the Norse. He was a big prospect out of Wisconsin, number 8 overall in the entire state. You can see why by those numbers. Curveball, that one misses up the stairs. Evens the count at 2 to the first baseman, Dorsching. Dorsching 6'4", 275. Has 7 home runs on the season already. 2-2 pitch from Niedzwiecki. That one misses way upstairs. For ball 3, and that'll run the count full. After getting ahead, Dorsching, no balls and 2 strikes. He works it back to full. And the first full count that Niedzwiecki will see today. Joes have only gotten their leadoff hitter aboard twice in this game. They still have 4 runs. Had a lot of base runners, too. That pitch swung on and missed for strike number 3 as Dorsching goes down swinging. 3 strikeouts in 4 hitters for Trevor Niedzwiecki, the reliever from Wisconsin, Oshkosh. So shortstop Justin McConnell will step to the dish now. McConnell is 0 for 1 today. He walked in the first, struck out looking in the second, and was hit by a 1-2 fastball by Luke Torbert in the 5th. First pitch from Niedzwiecki. That pitch is low. McConnell, the Springboro, Ohio native, goes to Wright State University. Didn't see any action this season for the Raiders. He swings through that pitch. Evens the count at 1. Raiders made the NCAA tournament. 39-17 year, lost in the Stanford Regional. 1-1 curveball misses inside. McConnell gave up on that one and it almost jumped back into the zone. College baseball finally over for everybody, as Oregon State was your winner last week. Swung on and missed by McConnell. Evens the count at 2. Oregon State coming back from elimination. They lost their first game, went on to win the rest, lost the first game in the best of 3 in the World Series final to Arkansas. Down to their final strike. That pitch just misses the outside corner. Once again, 3 balls and 2 strikes to McConnell. Down to their last strike, foul ball down the right field line. None of the Arkansas fielders can come up with it. Should have been caught. One guy overran it. The other 2 kind of gave up on it. That guy ended up tying the game. That pitch low and in the dirt for ball 4. Niedzwiecki's first walk. That'll be the 4th time these Joe hitters have walked today. Center fielder Sean McGeehan will step into the batter's box. McGeehan 0 for 2 today. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning, flew out to center, and flew out to right in his next 2 at-bats. Runner over on first base, 1 out. Beautiful night here in Hamilton, Ohio. A little on the cooler side, but nothing to complain about as Niedzwiecki checks on the runner over at first base. Joe's 4 for 5 on stolen bases here tonight. Cale Baker was able to get McConnell trying to steal third in the 5th inning. First pitch gets away from Baker, and he won't have a play over at second base as McConnell slides into second base on the wild pitch. So that pitch low and in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes, runner at second. Joes haven't scored since the 4th. Last 2 innings have been shut out. They've scored in 3 innings and have been shut out in 3 innings in this game. Settlers have just been shut out. That pitch grounded to the left side, but foul. Past the third baseman, Wilson evens the count at 1. Back to Oregon State, down to their last strike. Foul ball down the right field line, it gets down. Tying runs on third. A single and a home run, they go up by 2. Take game 2 and then shut out Arkansas in game 3. Incredible comeback stories. That pitch lifted into center field. Margraf going back will come under it now and come up firing as McConnell going to third. Throw's going to go to third base, and it's going to kick away from Wilson and not in time. So McGeehan will fly out to Margraf in center. McConnell will move to third on the fly out. And there are 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th inning for Addison Coffey, the third baseman. Coffey 0 for 2, grounded out in the 1st inning. Popped up to Cale Baker, the catcher, in the 3rd, and was hit by a 1-1 pitch, again by Luke Zorbert in the 5th. Coffey, an Arizona State Sun Devil this past season, but will be transferring. First pitch taken for a strike. Be transferring to San Jacinto College. JUCO powerhouse, 5-time national champs. Made it to the championship game 14 times. 9 times have been the runner-up. Those are all JUCO records. As that pitch checked his swing. No, he did not go. And leaving the count at 1. It's going from a big-time Division I school out in the Pac-12 to a big-time JUCO. We'll see what happens after that. They lost to Chipola in the national championship game this past season. 1-1 pitch to Coffey, fouled back. And Niedzwiecki goes ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Hawthorne, Illinois native. Hawthorne Woods, excuse me. Should know that being from Illinois. Went to Lake Zurich High School. Not too far away from where I'm at. We usually play them a couple different sports every year. Played them my senior year in baseball. That game was actually hailed out, though. There's Illinois weather for you as that pitch fouled back. Count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Niedzwiecki would not have been on that roster. A little bit older than him, as he just finished up his freshman season at the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh. Titan and teammates with Dylan Ott, the left fielder today. 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on third base. It's Justin McConnell, 4-0 lead for the Joes here in the bottom of the 7th inning. That pitch fouled back. Once again, Coffey staying alive here against Niedzwiecki. Niedzwiecki gets his sign, comes set, and delivers a 2-2. That pitch hit hard to Sam Wilson, the third baseman, bobbles it, picks it up, makes the throw to first, bounces, and will not be in time as the runner in McConnell will score. That'll go down as an E5 as Wilson unable to handle that one over at third base. That'll put Coffey on first base with the 2-out E5. The 5th run of the game comes around for the Hamilton Joes. The way the pitcher, Ryan Middendorf, has been throwing, this 5-0 lead seems almost insurmountable, as there has not been a lick of action in the Hamilton Joe bullpen. They are all just chilling down that left field line without a care in the world. As Colin Homan, the catcher, fouls off the first pitch he sees from Niedzwiecki. Homan has 2 singles today. He singled in the 2nd and the 5th, came around to score in the 2nd, and struck out in the 3rd inning. So Niedzwiecki should have gotten out of that 7th inning. Ground ball right to Wilson, just couldn't quite grab it out of his gloves. He checks on the runner over at first base, and not in time. Homan, the Peninsula, Ohio native, 5'11", 185. Northern Kentucky Norse, teammates with Brendan Ellis and Griffin Dorsching. That pitch ground to the left side, but foul as Wilson catches that one. Some fireworks going off and foul ground on the left side over the trees.
Everybody clap your hands.
4th of July approaching quickly.
Come on, y'all.
Past the halfway point of this season, too. This season has absolutely flown by. You're playing every day, getting on the bus, going to Don Edwards Park. Starts to kind of become Groundhog's Day, but you're playing baseball every day, so it can't be too bad. You know, I've been enjoying my summers. Niedzwiecki checks on the runner once again. Coffee goes in standing up. 0-2 pitch, that one low and in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the right-handed hitting Hoffman. Homan also joined Griffin Dorsching on the All-Horizon League freshman team. 45 games behind the plate. That pitch grounded to Sam Wilson once again. Picks it up, fires to first base, and picked by Garrett Roberts at first base for out number 3. Homan thought he beat that one out. Good pick by Roberts, because that'll retire the side. But the Joes do push another run across. They get 1 run, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base as we go to the 8th inning. Settlers down to their final 6 outs. They trail 5-0.
$4. Are we ready? Draw Kennedy. And the number is
703157. 703157.
And if you have that magic number, come see us at the concession stand. Thank you.
Thank you, Jill. And once again, winning number 703157 takes home $54. Leading off the top of the 8th for the Settlers, the right fielder, Turner Hill.
Settlers down to their final 6 outs as Turner Hill will lead off this top of the 8th inning for Licking County. Bill Hill, Pena, and Margroff. Anybody can get on it. Top of the order, and Casso Bozic. Ryan Middledorf back on the mound once again and starts off this 8th inning with a strike as Hill squared to bunt. So that'll bring the 3rd baseman Coffee in just a little bit. No balls and a strike. That pitch fouled back by Turner Hill very quickly. He's down the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Settlers have 3 hits today, and that's the only base runners they've been able to get on. Middendorf has been fantastic through 7 innings. This will be his longest appearance on the season, and rightfully so. He's been dominant. That pitch taken outside. Middendorf only has 1 full count that he's run into. Has 6 strikeouts. Turner Hill flares that one down the left field line, but out of play. Watch out, the cars over there in the parking lot. Take one out off the 1 hop. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes to left-handed hitting Marietta, Ohio native. Middendorf steps off. And we will await the 1-2 pitch to Turner Hill. Wind up and fires. Strike number 3, fastball up and in. Hill can't quite get around on it. And that will be strikeout number 8 on the day. Now for the right-handed pitching Middendorf. Eddie Pena will be your batter now. Pena 1 for 2 today. He had a single in the 5th inning and popped up to the first baseman in the 3rd. Pena fouls that one into the glove. Kind of took a 3/4 swing. He definitely meant to swing. He went through the zone but didn't quite finish that swing. Apologize, that strikeout of Hill was number 7 today for Middendorf, as that pitch grounded up the middle for Pena. Going to be a tough play for McConnell, but makes it look routine as he catches it off the big hop in one motion, fires over to Dorsching at first base, and quickly once again the Settlers' first 2 hitters have been retired, as Jacob Margroff will come to the plate now. Margroff 0 for 2 today. Struck out twice today. Getting his first start since the middle of June. June 13th was the last time he played. Been a nagging hamstring injury. They've been plaguing him as he tries to bunt. Pops it up to the catcher and caught by Homan as he throws to first base. I guess that hit the ground. I thought that was on the fly. From my vantage point, I thought he caught that on the fly. I guess with the turf, it bounced. I think the manager for the Joes thought the same thing I thought, as Margroff will get to second base on the E2.
Lucky.
Second baseman.
For sure thought that was popped up off the bat because of how high it went. But I guess it hits the turf, and Margroff's over on second base. So the Settlers with their first runner making it past first, as Kaz Sobozic will be your batter now. Sobozic 0 for 3 today as he takes a strike from Middendorf. Sobozic fly out to left, ground ball to 3rd, and a strikeout in the 6th. That pitch taken outside. So Margroff gets aboard via the bunt once again. We've seen him do it plenty of times this season, albeit he hadn't had that many appearances, but most times he's getting on base, it's been because of the bunt. As Sobozic flips this over the third baseman's head, and Coffey, he'll make the running play and foul ground. Nice play over the shoulder catch, basket catch by Coffey, the third baseman. And Sobozic goes down on the pop-up in foul ground, and the Settlers go down once again as they head to the bottom of the 8th inning. They trail 5-0. Third pitcher of the night here for the Licking County Settlers as Trevor Niedzwicki night is done. He went 2 innings, gave up 1 run. It was not earned. No hits, 3 strikeouts, a walk, and a wild pitch, and he will give way to the 5'11", 190-pound junior from Wittenberg University, Adam Mays. Adam will be making his 5th appearance. He's thrown 4 1/3, 8.3 ERA, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 6 hits. They'll have to deal with the 9-1-2 hitters here for the Joes, and Jared Kaufman to lead it off. First pitch from Mays, that one way outside for ball number 1. Kaufman today is 1 for 3. He singled in the 2nd inning and came around to score, popped up to the Pena at short, and grounded back to Luke Torbert on the mound to end the 5th inning. So Kaufman's 4th plate appearance of the day. Joe's about ready to go around for their 5th time. The Settlers just started their 4th time around the batting orders. That pitch misses once again for a ball. Mays' last appearance, pitched against the Xenia Scouts in that 10-9 loss back on June the 30th. It's the 2nd game of the doubleheader on Saturday. Through 2 innings, only gave up 1 hit and 8 batters, walked 1 and struck out 3. So that pitch misses once again. So Mays goes down 3 balls and no strikes. Nobody else warming up in the bullpen, so you would imagine it'll just be Mays to finish out the 8th here. And the Settlers will kind of play it by ear depending on what they do in the 9th inning. They trail 5-0 here at bottom of the 8th. 3-0 from Mays. That one misses outside as Baker will have to go corral that one from the backstop. So the 4-pitch walk to Kaufman to lead off this bottom of the 8th inning. It'll be the top of the order now here for the Joes. As the designated hitter, Trey Compton will be the batter now. Compton 2 for 4 today. He has 2 singles, 2 RBIs, a stolen base, also 2 strikeouts. Struck out in the 1st and the 6th, and then singled, had that 2 RBI single in the 2nd inning. Part of 3 straight singles by the Joes. They put up that 2 spot, and also singled in the 4th. He scored once today as well. Squares to bunt, lays it down, goes right to Mays, feels his position, bobbles it a little bit, and still makes the throw to first base to Garrett Roberts to retire Compton as he moves the runner in Kaufman over to second base on the 1-3 sacrifice bunt. Second baseman Chandler Miller to the dish now. Miller has struck out twice today. He's also singled and walked. So 2 Ks, a single, and a walk in his 4 plate appearances. As he comes up with the runner on second base in Kaufman, 1 away. Bottom 8, 5-0 lead here for the Joes. That pitch over for a strike. Mays from Oro Valley, Arizona, making one of the longer trips to Ohio. The Fresno guys probably got him beat by a little bit, but still not a short trip as that pitch pops into right field. Turner Hill will get behind it and make the throw to third base. Not tagging his runner. Good throw by Turner Hill as he almost made it on the fly to the bag at third base. That'll retire Miller and strand the runner at second base. 2 outs here in the 8th inning. Following the leadoff walk by Kaufman, Mays has got the next 2 guys on the bunt and the fly out as Chris Hamilton, the number 3 hitter and right fielder, will be your next batter. Hamilton 1 for 4 today. He singled in the 1st inning, scored the first run of this ball game. Flew out to center, right, and grounded out to short. So he's 1 for 4 as the left-handed hitter. Mays gets a sign that he likes from Baker and fires that one over for a strike. So Mays, since walking Kaufman on 4 straight pitches, has pounded the strike zone. He's thrown 4 consecutive strikes, gotten 2 outs on those 4 pitches. He's ahead, no balls and 1 strike to the Peninsula Ohio native. Long pause from Mays, checking on that runner. As that ball lifted into right field, Turner Hill going to come in and give chase, and he will make the catch. So after giving up the leadoff walk, Mays gets the next 3 hitters on a bunt and 2 flyouts. Last chance coming up for Licking County as they trail the Joes 5-0. Last chance coming up for Licking County here in the top of the 9th inning. They trail the Hamilton Joes 5-0 as there will be a new arm on the mound. It's Connor Bell, the left-handed pitcher from Middle Tennessee State University, 5'11", 200 pounds. This will be his 9th appearance. He's 1-1 on the year, 1.8 ERA in 10 innings of work, 7 strikeouts, 4 walks, 7 hits. Does have a save as they'll have to deal with Wilson, Pimentel, and Roberts. Settlers need 5 to keep this one going as that pitch misses outside. It'll be good for the Settlers to finally see a new arm on the mound as Ryan Middendorf just straight up confused them as that pitch lined right at the shortstop McConnell. Probably one of the best pieces of lumber the Settlers have got today, and unfortunately it goes right at the shortstop, so 2 more outs are all the Settlers have left to work with. So I was saying, Middendorf just stifling these batters. 8 innings of work, 3 hits, 7 strikeouts, no walks. The Settlers just couldn't get good pieces of wood on the ball. It'll be Miguel Pimentel up to face the lefty now. Pimentel is 0 for 3 today. There's a fly out to left, center, and right. So maybe this one will go over the fence. Never know, he's hit all 3 into the outfield. 3 of them pretty deep as well. Settlers needing 5. They only have 3 innings this year where they've scored 4 or more runs. So putting up runs in bunches is not something that they're doing very often this year. So Miguel Pimentel goes up with the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Settlers usually getting about 1 to 2 runs, maybe 3 as Pimentel hits that one hard into left field. That'll get down right in front of Kaufman. So the 4th hit of the game, and maybe the spark of something here in the top of the 9th inning, as Pimentel has his first hit of the day, and that'll bring Garrett Roberts to the dish now. Roberts 0 for 3, struck out in the 2nd, fielder's choice in the 4th, and grounded a 3rd in the 7th. Roberts went yard twice against Xenia. This time is called. We're probably going to get a pinch runner here for Pimentel. Yes, we will. It'll be Jackson Kerb coming into run now. Pimentel with that nagging ankle injury, getting his first start in 3 or 4 games. Kerb dealing with his own injury. He's had some arm issues, so thankfully he'll be in the DH spot.
Number 15, Jackson Kerb, now running. Kerb.
So he won't have to make any throws. He'll just have to round the bases for Pimentel, assuming Roberts can move him over. Roberts, as we said, 2 home runs the last time out against Xenia. 2 towering drives to left field. Ball hasn't carried really at all today as he looks at that pitch for a strike. There's been a number of times where guys have appeared to get a good piece of the bat on the ball. The ball just hasn't carried. Nothing has gone really to the warning track. Maybe a couple feet in front as that pitch misses low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Maybe a couple feet in front, but that's really about it. Bell gets his sign and fires outside once again. Ball number 2. Settlers haven't taken a walk today. They don't walk a lot. They will walk about 4 times per game. Strikeouts just over 7 as Roberts taking a big hack at that one. No contact as they leave the count at 2. Roberts down to his final strike, top 9. 5-0 deficit for the Settlers. 1 out and 1 runner aboard. It's Jackson Kerb, the pinch runner, after Miguel Pimentel laced one into left field for a single. 2-2 from Bell. Outside once again. That count will run full. Should be of note, Middendorf, the starter, only went to 1 full count. He was pounding the zone the entire game. The Settlers hitters just couldn't make good contact. He was throwing strikes. They just couldn't do anything with it. The 3-2 to Roberts. Fouled off. Good job by Roberts. So that pitch was on the outer half. Not sure if it would have been a strike or a ball, but it was too close for Roberts to take, and he stays alive. The Settlers are down to their final 2 outs here. They'll be back here tomorrow against the Joes for the 4th of July. First pitch, 7:05 once again. 3-2. Popped up. Shallow right field. Second baseman Miller going after it, and he will make the catch. As it was going to be a tough play for the right fielder Hamilton. Endorsing the first baseman giving chase, but Miller wisely coming over and making the catch right on the right field line, as this will be the final out for the
The
Settlers.
catcher, Cale
2 outs here in the top of the
Baker.
9th. 5-0 game as Cale Baker will be the last chance. Cale's 0 for 3. He flew out to center left and struck out looking in the 7th inning in his last at-bat. Cale could use a hit here. He's 6 for his last 22 as he swings through that first pitch. 3 of those 6 hits coming in one game as the game 1 of the doubleheader on Saturday against Xenia. Cale with good power. Has a man aboard, but a home run would only put him down by 3. Cale takes that pitch low, just missing. Was Bells, the catcher, home in. Tried to frame that one, but not going to get the call from our home plate umpire. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bell gets his sign, comes set, and fires. That pitch fouled off to the right side, so the Settlers down to their final strike now. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the right-handed hitting catcher from the University of Cincinnati in Cale Baker. Curb over on first base. He pinch ran for Pimentel. Settlers only 4 hits today. 1-2. Fouled off once again by Baker as he stays alive. Baker's able to get on. Dylan Ott is standing in the on-deck circle. Ott also does not have a hit today. He's flown out to right, popped up to short, and struck out. Struck out swinging in this game in his first at-bat. 1-2 once again to Baker. Curveball misses outside. That one slipped out of the hand of the lefty Bell. That'll even count at 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 5-0 ball game. Here's the pitch, fouled off. Again, good battle by Baker. Not going down without a fight. He's looking for his first hit today. He was 0 for 3 with 2 walks against Xenia on Sunday. Bell gets his sign and comes set. The 2-2 outside as Baker works it to full now. Baker was down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now has worked it back to full. Last chance for the Settlers. This game is 1 strike away and 1 out away from being over. 3-2, runner goes, fouled off once again as Curb will have to turn around and go back to first base as Baker fouls off yet another pitch. Seems to have Bell timed up pretty well, just can't get the big part of the bat on one. So he steps out, checks out his bat, and returns to the box. Bell coming set, 3-2. Fouled off again by Baker. Good battle going on here. Settlers still need 5 to continue with this ball game. With pitcher and hitter taking a breath. And ready once again. Curb on first. He'll go on the pitch. The first baseman, Dorsching, is playing behind the bag. The 3-2. That one taken strike number 3 as Baker thought it was ball 4. Curveball. As Baker says it was up, but the Hamilton Joes will take game number 1 of this series. 5-0. Got a great performance from starting pitcher Ryan Middendorf. He went 8 innings, no runs, 3 hits, 7 strikeouts, and just shut down these Licking County batters in this game. As the only batter that reached second base was Markgraf on the 2-out error by the catcher in Homan. Other than that, nobody ever got past first base. They had
4 hits.
a couple innings with leadoff men aboard, but just couldn't do anything with it. A lot of rollovers, a lot of pop-ups into the outfield. Ball not carrying at all today. Not a bad outing by Luke Torbert. He'll get the loss. He went 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, 7 hits, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 3 hit by pitches. It was the walks that really proved to be costly. But I mean, in this game with Middendorf pitching as well as he did, going a season-long 8 innings, it really wasn't going to matter as the 1 run would be enough for the Joes. We'll be back tomorrow here in Hamilton for the 4th of July. Make sure to plan your 4th festivities around our game and tune in. We'll be on the air about 7 o'clock once again. Hopefully there will be no rain like there was tonight. We'll be able to broadcast this one live for you. Once again, final score 5-0 here from Hamilton, Ohio. And as always, I'm Ben Murray. Thanks for watching.
Time of the game tonight, 2 hours, 22 minutes, before a crowd of 484. That's tonight's post-game scoreboard update, brought to you by All Wealth Credit Federal Credit Union.